Now we're going to demonstrate the use of the anterior sickle scaler, the jaquette, in the lower anterior facial region. You're going to be sitting at 8 o'clock because you're going to be dividing this tooth into two surfaces, surfaces towards and surfaces away. We are going to execute surfaces towards, and you're sitting at 8 o'clock. What you want to make sure is in this instrument you want to adapt the side of the tip at the midline of the tooth. Make sure that the toe third of the instrument is adapted on the tooth. If you adapt the middle third or the heel third, you can see that the point is facing out and you'll cause laceration. So once again, make sure that the toe third is adapted at the midline of the tooth, and then once again you're going to, in nice light overlapping strokes, execute your strokes around the line angle, halfway to the interproximal and up and out of the contact. Okay, you should start either at the left canine or the right canine, do all the surfaces towards, and then you're going to turn to the 12 o'clock position, using your finger to retract the lip. You're going to once again adapt the toe third at the midline and execute your stroke around the line angle, up into the interproximal and up and out of the contact area. Once again, you're going to execute starting from canine and working your way across to the other canine. It doesn't matter whether you start from the right to the left or left to the right. Okay, once again, let me just demonstrate that one more time. I'm going to take my finger out of the way. Okay, we're going to toe third at the midline and execute nice oblique overlapping strokes, and then up and out. Okay. We are going to use the anterior scaler in the lower anterior linguals this time. You are going to need a mirror for indirect vision. So you're going to place your mirror so that you can see in the mirror using indirect vision, and also it was reflecting appropriate light on the two surfaces. Once again, you're going to take the toe third, adapt the toe third at the midline, and execute your strokes around the line angle into the interproximal and up and out. You're going to do the surfaces towards from 8 o'clock and the surfaces away from 12 o'clock. Once again, toe third adapted, execute nice overlapping strokes into the interproximal, up under the contact and out. How'd that look? All right, utilizing the maxillary anterior sickle scaler. Once again, notice my approach. I'm holding the instrument with a modified pen grasp, but I approach the maxillary arch in a palm up orientation. Once again, I'm going to fulcrum 2 to 3 teeth away from the tooth we're working on, and the side of the toe third is adapted at the midline, and the stroke is executed in an overlapping oblique direction around the midline, halfway across the interproximal, down and over the contact and out. Just going to do one more tooth, orient the instrument at the midline, all right. Remember that you're activating the instrument using your wrist and not your fingers. Using your fingers will only give you a inaccurate as well as ineffective stroke. You're going to be once again starting from canine to canine. Okay? We're using the posterior scaler, and once again it's important with this scaler, since it's a double-ended instrument, to make sure you've selected the correct end. So once again you're looking at the terminal shank. You want to make sure that terminal shank is parallel to the distal surface. Let me demonstrate what it would look like if it was incorrect. Notice how the terminal shank cuts across the tooth. That would be incorrect. This is the correct selection of the correct end. Now you're going to be taking the toe third of the cutting edge, align it at the distal line angle, and you're going to execute your stroke around the line angle into the distal, halfway across the interproximal and up and out of the contact. Then you're simply going to turn the instrument, orient the toe towards the mesial, once again adapting the toe third onto the tooth at the distal line angle, and then in nice oblique overlapping strokes, execute your stroke across the facial into the interproximal, making sure the toe third is always adapted and that terminal shank is parallel to the interproximal surface. Let's do the premolar, distal line angle, Okay, good.